Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. JPEG. 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 JPEG, 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 JPEG. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
What a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. Goddamn, 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 goddamn hot dog. I just want a picture of a. I just want a picture of a. Goddamn hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. JPEG, JPEG, hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. JPEG, JPEG, hot dog. Hot dog.
Oh. Well, that was a long weekend. Did I miss anything? What? What? Did I miss anything? Anything happen? Any particular thing? Sorry, so I've done the spring links like a control arm on both front axles, motor mounts and transmission mounts, as well as cooling line and rear pads and rotors. A fun day so far. Wow, that's a lot of work, dude. Good for you. Nah, Flynn, I didn't need to know that, but thanks. Showcase a render of my cargo starship model. Oh, hey, that's nice. That's nice. Cool.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Schmoog? Schmoogles? How did your house shopping go?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
We didn't get it, man. It is what it is. Schmoogies. Thanks, man. With the 5 subs. Thanks, buddy. I'm sure you've seen this, but just in case.
You see, all 3 men had understood.
Uncouple the thermos. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You get that. We should remake that shot during a live stream. Arctic, it is what it is, man. They said they'd rather take the house to market than accept the offer. And, you know, the sane part of me is like, yeah, I get that. They're probably gonna get more taking the house to market than they would from my offer. My offer is pretty damn good, though. Or I should say our offer is Primo and I. Our offer was pretty good. But hey, Everest, what's up? Guess what I did? Gonna do a job. What you were playing for the next few, now for a few weeks. Trains? I like trains. You had your last exam today. Oh, that's cool. Mondred, greetings from Finland. Last week, snow was already melting. Today, we got 20 centimeters of additional snow out of nowhere. Winter ain't going anywhere. Oh, God. No, snow is not. Yeah. You wanna know how I feel about snow? This is how I feel about snow. Demondred. This is how I feel about snow. Right there. Right there. That pretty much sums it up. That's how I feel about snow, man. It's just, yeah. All right. Oh boy. You guys, 25 centimeters. You got an additional 20 centimeters. Oh man, that's almost, yeah, okay. So we use extremities to measure things over here. Yeah, no, that's almost a foot, dude. That sucks. That sucks, man. I can't stand it, dude. Like, I can take like 1 or 2 snows in the middle of winter. That's fine. But when it starts to get like March and April, I'm like, okay, all right, you overstayed your welcome. Please leave. You love snow, but then again, you're a Canadian. Yeah, that's fine. You're supposed to like snow. It's all right. Me, I'm from the northeast part of the U.S., so I'm not supposed to like anything, you know? Like, I'm not supposed to like anything but the Red Sox, you know, and the Patriots and Tom Brady. Like, that's just how that works.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I love snow as long as it stays cold so it doesn't melt. Yeah. Axiom, hey, 11-month resub. Either snow or sun, just not the slush in between, please. Bingo. Yeah. That's what I'm coming to realize. I don't like these halfway in between months, like November, like October, November. Well, October isn't bad because it's fall. Like November and December, and then like March and April. These months suck. It's just not cold. It's not like cold, but it's not warm either. It's just this kind of halfway cold, raw, like crap. So, did I miss any big news? Any meme stocks around? If you come to Florida, it's 82 degrees out right now. Shmoog, I'll be honest, dude. I looked in Florida for houses. Still am. I used to as well, though. Just to kind of see what see where the prices are. Let's just say that, like, for the same price for a starter home here, you can buy a not starter home in Florida. A not starter home. Yeah, Metroid, that's what I'm referring to. Elon is on the board of directors on Twitter. I'm sorry, that's pretty funny. What's going on? Did he bought like $3 billion or something of Twitter stock and became the control. He bought the controlling stake. He did a Globo Gym. You can't buy Globo Gym. It's preposterous. I won't allow it. Globo Gym is a publicly traded company. There's nothing you can do. Oh, gosh. What? I'm sorry. That's really funny. That's not a controlling share, though? Isn't it? I thought it was. That's what the articles say. But maybe I'm wrong. The wet dress rehearsal didn't go well, by the way. Yep. They're trying to figure some stuff out. But that's fine. It's okay. Valves again. Yeah, different valves though. But hey, that's the first time they've turned it all on. So, like I said, fellas, I was expecting something like this. Like, there's always unknowns. But it's happy to know that the second the wet dress rehearsal even didn't go 100% according to plan, you know, everyone used that as an option. It costs so much. I'm like, wow, you suck. You suck. You suck! You jerk off! You have a party waiting downstairs? Well, go get your party on, man. What the hell are you watching a Twitch stream for? Go! Go! Seriously, it's kind of getting a little... okay, at this point. It is a controlling share. He owns the most shares, though I heard he said he wasn't planning or interested in taking advantage of that. I guess we're getting an edit button then. Any good news about the house? They didn't accept the offer. I was saying, part of me is like, yeah. Like, the sane part of me is like, yeah, I get it. You want to take the house to market. But the not sane part of the brain is like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, it is what it is, SC. Dude, you know what? Something clicked in my head, man. And no, it wasn't just because I was dropped as a kid. Don't worry. I mean, it might have been, maybe. Something clicked in my head, and I was talking with my realtor and, you know, my parents about this and stuff, and it was one of those kind of like, look, okay, all right. First of all, I'm slow. All right, what do you want? I'm slow. I'm like freaking bag of hammers slow. Like just sometimes, right? Because like this whole process is all really new to me. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Like but I've been learning a lot, which is that's nice. That's good. So it kind of clicked the other, like after we got rejected, which I kind of knew was coming. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. There's no way that our offer would, they can get more for it on the market. So why wouldn't they take it to market? I understand that. That's fine. But one of the things that kind of clicked in my head is like looking for houses is exactly like hunting for cars. It's really, really similar. You gotta look for a house and make sure it has all the paperwork and stuff. You gotta look for a house that's passed like an inspection and stuff. Just it's literally like going on Facebook Marketplace and looking for cool cars. It's the same thing. Some houses are really nice, but they need a lot of work. Like an old muscle car that's been sitting in someone's backyard for like 20 years. It's nice, but it needs work. Or you could find something that's a little more expensive that has all the bells and whistles in it. It is exactly like hunting for cars. It's the same thing. So guess what, man? I'm really good at that. I'm really good at hunting for cars. I can do that all day. I do that for fun. So it kind of clicked in my head, and now I'm like, oh, I need to find this. So now, like, I know what to look for. Like, dude, like, it was just one of those kind of stars aligning type of moments. And I'm like, oh, that's how that works. Excellent. Yeah, Cirrus, they always use wide focal lengths and crank the HDR. It's really funny because you're not fooling anybody. Well, they are, but yeah, see, you really have to jump on them. Yeah, so, fellas, I'll be honest with you. Two things. Now that I know what I'm doing, okay, I know what to look for. Second, that actually reminds me. I got to jump on this stuff. So, guys, there might be times during this week or the next where I'll be streaming and I'll be like, nope, gotta go, bye. And that means I'm gonna go jump on a house. Not literally. I mean, maybe literally. Maybe? I don't know. So, yeah, I'll find something. I'm not worried. It kind of clicked and I'm like, oh, that's what we need to do. All right. Are there any opportunities for Brima to transfer? No, the company that she works for is based here, SC. That ain't happening. No MSC house. It's a shame, dude. It's a shame. It looks like the MSC house. However, DNF, if they take it to market, look, that house is good, but it does need some work. If they take it to market and they don't get what they're asking for and they come back and said, okay, we'll accept your offer, I'll be like, No. You're taking like 20 G's off of that price because that's what you do if you would barter for an automobile.
Discovery, go at
That's
throttle.
what you do. I'll offer you 5 G's for it. No, I think I can get more putting it on eBay. Oh, the eBay stuff didn't work out. You still want to give me 5 G's? Nope. I want to give you $4,500. Nope. So, yep. We understand. We, of course, support you. Though after the third time of up and leaving the stream, I'm out of here. Yeah, Metroid, trust me. Like, the only reason why I would jump and stop a stream to go and, like, look at a house is, like, dude, I found one over the weekend. I found one over the weekend that had a huge garage. It had a huge garage. It was a house that was, like, in really good condition, but it was in really good condition because the guy maintained it, but he also built the house in 1985. So it was 1985 spec, but in really good condition. But it had a monster garage and a monster freaking pool. But because it was like 1985 spec, I could have afforded it. I'm like, ooh, I kind of want... Dude, I found it on Zillow. It was posted, and it was like a day posting on Zillow. And I called my realtor. I'm like, let's look at this house. And he's like, nah, it's already gone. I'm like, what? Damn. Did you buy a new house? I'm working on it, TV. I haven't found anything just yet. Would you have had to do work to it? No, everything works. It would need to be updated, though, drummer. Friend got a garage with an attached apartment, 3-room and a 6-car garage. Oh, that's the dream, man. That's the dream. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, check out the name tag. You're in my world now. Yeah. I'll be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I offered you. Like, all right, that offer's off the table, homie. Yeah, MC. No, I didn't get outbid. I didn't even get a counter offer. They wanted to take the house to market, so. Oh well. It is what it be. We'll talk more about it during Space News.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Salty, 17-month resub. Oh no! Anyway, I'm not like, dude, I'm not bumming. I'm not bumming. It kind of. I'm like, dude. You ever watch Home and Garden television? You ever watch Home and Garden television? You ever watch how like into people are like hunting houses and stuff? I get it. I get it. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Is this open to everybody? Nope. Yeah, serious. I'm like, Time to look outside of Boston's Beltway. Stand by for the big plonk noise. But anyway, I'll get it, dude. We'll find something. We'll find something. I'm not worried. People are always going to be selling houses. I'm just trying to get in before the rates go crazy. But, you know, if that's not the case, it's not the case. If it happens now, it happens now. If it happens in 3 months, it happens in 3 months. My summer car house. Owens, I had a line on a house that looked exactly like the house from my summer car. It was pretty cool, actually. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, Ontif, yeah. If we have to do it that way, we have to do it that way. It's fine. Hello, average train enjoyer. Average. Hey, Andy, thanks for the raid. What's going on, buddy? I'm just out here in the woods. It's my boat. You know what? Let's drive the trains around. I want to drive the trains around. We'll finish this in a little bit. We call ourselves average to be humble to others. One does not simply be average when it comes to trains. Andy, how was Stationeers, buddy? Kem, what's going on? How you doing, man? Kem, remember what I said. All the way. Going all the way, man. We go hard. How you doing, buddy? How you holding up? You know, growing tomatoes and making biofuel, fun and smelly.
Discovery,
You're not
go at throttle
farting,
up.
are you? Yeah, thanks. You doing all right? All right, man. No half measures. Indeed. You know it. Anyway, Andy, you're making some good play on that Stationeers. You're making some good progress on that Stationeers save, dude. That's pretty awesome. I've been living under a rock. Any space news in the past week or two? Amazon at the Space Symposium just bought, actually, yeah, it's pretty big news. Amazon bought, like, a block buy of Vulcan, What else? What was the other one? New Glenn. Yeah, Amazon bought New Glenn launches. And Ariane 6 launches S. I haven't told anybody about this yet. Amazon literally like block bought 3 different types of rockets for something. I'm guessing it's for their internet satellites, but yeah, they bought a yes amount of rockets. Yeah, you should use methane, Andy. Jeez. Yeah. They bought like a ton of New Glenn, Vulcan. We're talking like 20 Vulcan launches, like 16 New Glenn launches, and like 16 Ariane 6. Ariane 6 launches. Elon Musk is on the board of Twitter now. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's that's really funny to me, man. That's so stupid. You know? Other billionaires try to make their own social media. Elon buys, the 5-head solution is just buying a social media. Oh, yes, I'll take one social media platform, please. Like, what the hell? What is going on? I'm sorry. Like I said, fellas, at least it ain't boring. Pinky. Hey, Knight. Thanks, man. Let me see. No problem, dude. Yeah, well, I mean, we're doing what we can, man. Give me 1 second, fellas.
Go and throttle up.
I mean, that's the reality of the situation, man. But, yeah, no, absolutely, dude. And Kim, frick him. Frick him, dude. Frick him. Didn't know if you knew this, but there's also a Stirling engine in game now. A.K.A. Stationers. Haha. In other Elon Musk news, he is a witness in the... He's a witness in the Depp Heard case that is being held here in Fairfax, Virginia. What? Okay. But sometimes I take boring over current events. I'm sure most of us would, dude. Yeah, I'm sure most of us would. Twet it. What's up, someone? How you doing?
Discovery.
Sarah,
Go and throttle up.
how was your vacation, man? Geek, what's going on, man? I don't know, Grab Shark. I don't know where the timeline skewed into this tangent. But it's... Guys, like, try to be optimistic, you know? It's... At least it's not boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really kind of would like 2019 back, you know? But, hey, it is what it is. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff. What is happening? Afternoon. EJ in chat just signed a lease for a rental house. It's on Avro Circle. Nice. Nice. Can we just get 2019 back, please? Oh, nice, Selfish. There you go. I mean, own Tiff, that would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. Hear anything about the house? We didn't get it, man. Yeah, they'd rather take it to market. It's all right. The guy would rather take it to market, dude. I mean, kind of goes against what he was telling me about, you know, wanting to get rid of it quick, but it's fine. Hey, I want to get rid of this house quick. Oh, okay. I'll put an offer on it before you take it to market then. Nah, I actually want to take it to market. I can get more money that way. Like, emotional damage. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, yeah, no. Oh, you've been playing OpenTTD. That's a good game, someone, yeah. Geek, it is what it is. But then you wouldn't be engaged in having F-250 or whatnot. Yeah, Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Sounds like the realtor talked to them. That's exactly what happened. Poison, yeah, the realtor talked to him. It's okay. Yeah, Sneaky, if he does that, I don't know. I'll be like, good. You're knocking 50 G's off the price. You'd understand this, right? Did you see the boat pics on Twitter? I did. Yeah, Tara, of course, I did. I'm glad you had a good time, man. Dude, sometimes you just gotta take a break. Like, I know, Tara, I know it is against, like, your mind is telling you to not take a break. Take it from somebody that works too much. Your mind is telling you, don't take a break. Don't take a break. People aren't going to come back. People aren't going to come back. They're not going to come back. You're going to get screwed. You're going to lose a shit ton of money this way. Excuse my language. They come back eventually, dude. You just got to be there. I mean, you're going to have to do a little bit more work, but it's no problem. Yeah, Merkers, it sucks, dude. But hey, it is what it is, man. Like, yeah, SE, you know, I would like to get paid a lot to do nothing. Just sit there and just be like, no. Just reject offers all day. That must be nice. I wouldn't know nothing about doing that freaking easy work, though. Yeah, Poison, exactly. You can't fault the guy for wanting to, you know, you can't fault him for wanting to do that. That's fine. But on the other hand, it's like, I thought, like, the guy they said they wanted to get rid of it quick. Like, that's kind of what bothers me. Like, I'm like, you said you wanted to get rid of it fast, and you're not. Now you're taking it to market, and it's going to take longer. I don't understand, man. But yeah, Taradra, I have to convince myself to take breaks sometimes. Like, yeah. Yeah, 04, I'm not bumming. I mean, part of me is like, you're sending me mixed signals, man. What the actual are you doing? Like, but also, I'll find another one. It's okay. I know it sounds bad, but I hope the housing bubble bursts. Housing prices are so out. The site is ridiculous. Yeah. Never be able to get a house if this continues. Geek, right now, Brimo and I are at the threshold for a house. Like, we are at threshold. Like, there is... Dude. Like, barely there. And you know what? You guys take good care of me, and Brimo is no slouch either. Like, we're at the threshold for this right now. Which kind of sucks. But hey, you know, like, I don't know, Geek. Like, you know... The way I look at it, brother, is like, when has it not been harder for us, dude? You know? Like, when I graduated college, here, have a housing recession. Alright. Oh, no one's hiring? Oh, you need like 5 years of experience for an entry-level job? That's great. Which, something I learned later is a little bit bull-patooty. Like, that's just a way to filter out the pretenders. Like, I get that. You know, it's like we all, like, it seems like I always get a freaking bad hand. But you know what, man? Like, whatever. I like high difficulty. It's fine. Or at least I've convinced myself that I do. It's alright. Look, this housing market blows. It's terrible. But I'm at the threshold to buy a freaking house, dude. So I don't let that bother me too much. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit annoying, but hey. Look, despite all that bullcrap, dude, I'm still looking for a house. You know, all the stack deck nonsense. I'm still here. I'm still standing. You know? Oh, was that your auntie? Oh, you know y'all look alike. Here, let me slap you. Wait, what? Sorry. We'll catch a break one of these days. You know what, Geek? I don't want a break. I don't want a break because screw them. Screw them. Frick you. You already screwed everything else up, man. I don't need you to help anymore. You know? I don't need you. I don't want your help. I'll do it myself. It's fine. But I'm still shooting, and I'm still getting the headshots. It's like, boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot. Thank you, Owens. My heart's beating, my hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting, and I'm still getting a headshot. Thank you, Owens, for getting the reference. Hey, Chief, how you doing? You're not in the same boat. SC, whatever, dude. I'm like, dude, you can sit here, you can whine about stuff. Screw that. I'll figure it the frick out. I'm smart enough. I'm smart enough. I'll figure it out. I'm not gonna let it bother me. It's like I see a recurring pattern. They're always gonna try to stack the deck against you. Screw that. Fine. Stack the deck against me. I'll still win. Alright? Counter-Strike brain never leaves you. Dude, I was playing Tarkov last night because I couldn't sleep. Man. Dude, the Counter-Strike skills definitely transferred over. Yeah. I had to get like 5 scav kills, no armor, and I did it. I did it, dude. It was pretty sick. Where about you live? Is it bleeding? No. Youth in 1950. Let's have 20 babies in a house. You and I now live with my mom and I'm 30. Yeah, GSF, whatever. Whatever. What doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Your time for revenge is at hand. I tell you, the ZF1. It's light, handy, adjustable, good for riders and lefties. Word on firepower, titanium burst, the 6 to 6000. With replay, another Zorg invention, it's even easier. Fire and replay sends all the following shots to the same location. Then I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I like the challenge. Keeps things interesting. Yeah. If this was easy, it wouldn't be fun. It's just gonna make me like my house even more when we get one. 'Cause we will. I am inevitable. Do not test my resolve. Who would have immediately asked about the little red button on the bottom of the gun? Dude, Railroads Online has the Spline update coming very soon, which is pretty cool. Speaking of Fifth Element, did you hear about Bruce Willis? Yeah, he ain't doing too well. It's alright, man. People get old, people get sick, whatever. Very soon, date announced. Drummer, they said the next 2 weeks in an update from a day ago. Sneaky has been on top of the linking me updates. Darn right, perseverance. I like it. At least it's not boring, like I said. Would I appreciate the house as much if I just walked into one like everybody else? No. No. I'm gonna appreciate it. I'm gonna appreciate it harder than you. You know? Not you. You know what I mean. Appreciate it harder. It's fine. Stack the deck. Watch what happens. I'm the guy who does his job. You must be the other guy. I see fixing house streams in the future. However, you must dress like Tim the Toolman Taylor. I can do that, Fanuel. Yeah, we can make that happen. And Geek can be my the right hand man. It'll be great. You're going to love the V2 locomotive so much. Yep. Just like Bob Vila? No. Bob Vila's good, okay? I don't mind Bob Vila. But Steve Thomas and Norm Abrams, okay? They're the real life Tim the Tool Man, alright? You'll be my Al, I'll be your Al. Hell yeah. Steve Thomas, Norm Abrams for this old house, okay? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Fats Waller is in the public domain. We can listen to that song. Alright, so I ground out some funds the other day moving some lumber around, but we're only at 2,400. Now we can move beams if we need to. Should be able to move the beams. Buongiorno, Swiscio. Ciao, come stai? Tuesday Tarkov's with Tiradra, Triple T. Got me some KSP time. Decent min-miss station and reusable science and exploration lander. My guy. Dude, I'm jonesing. I'm jonesing for Kerbal again. That's pretty cool, Unprod. What is that? Tim the Toolman Taylor. That's what Triple T stands for. Dude, I'll do Dude, can you imagine house flipping streams? That would be really cool. But I'm kind of thinking, like, it might be better to do house flipping streams, like, after you flip the house, you know? That kind of... You wouldn't even know how to do a jewel transfer. I see how this conversation is playing out, Doom, and I'm just going to go ahead and say that you're absolutely 100% wrong, but I have no way to prove it. I'm going to say I know how to do a jewel transfer, and then you're going to say, all right, we'll do one then. And I'm going to be like, no, I'm not ready to do one right now. I'll do it when I freaking feel like it. And you're going to say, then you don't know how to do a jewel transfer. But you and I both know that I know how to do a jewel transfer, all right? You know that I know how to do it. I know that you know that I know how to do it, all right? It's really not that difficult, okay? Just straight home and transfer, all right? It's not that bad. You don't need to do like a bielliptical transfer or anything like that. It's not that difficult. And you're going to say, oh, well, do it. And I'm going to be like, no, I feel like playing with trains right now. But I have no way to prove it. But also, you're wrong. Destroyed. I'm going to go get some logs. Oh, we gotta... Going a little too fast. It's like that scene in Under Siege 2. Guangzhou, fertilizer factory. Masquerading a chemical plant, masquerading as a fertilizer factory. But it's not it's a fertilizer factory. We know it's a chemical weapons plant. The Chinese know that we know. But we pretend that we don't know, and the Chinese pretend that they don't know that we don't know, but they really know.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
This house stuff is busting my balls out here. Lost out on the fourth one, had a massive garage. You're gonna have to go smaller. I know, man. But Doom, you could move here. You can always move up. You can always move to Massachusetts if you want. It'll be cheaper. Not much, but it'd be cheaper. Just saying. We're losing boiler pressure, Captain. I can't lose the boiler. If only I had not procreated. Nah. Okay. Yeah, Geek, right? Ryback. Was there any conflict in that movie at all, Geek? I'm pretty sure it's just Steven Seagal beating up NPCs the entire time. Although Eric Bogosian played a really good antagonist. Yeah, it's awesome. Something like that, Chief. But don't worry, I'm jonesing for new Kerbal architecture, man. I think I'm ready. Let me get railroads online out of my system, and then, yeah, we're going back to KSP, dude. You saw my last. The tag was at the end of the message. Yeah, I think so. Spline Update is a complete game rewrite, and what comes out soon won't have all the locomotives and rolling stock, mostly just the building tools, and it'll be in the beta branch, so if you want to keep playing the save, make sure you're not opted into the beta branch. I'll start over, dude. It's no big deal. Have you made progress with the Aries project? Yes. We got no boiler pressure, Captain. We got no boiler. All right, we gotta put the brakes on. Forgot to stoke the damn boiler. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Owen's like, I'll just be able to rebuild it, dude. Have you been KSPing offline? Jim, I've been drawing up the architecture. I haven't fabricated anything in KSP yet. So, fellas, what I'm doing in okay, so Project Aries, right? My kind of the new mission mode architecture that we're coming up with. I teased it the other day. Project Aries is an end-to-end vehicle solution that's really designed to go to the moon initially, but like Apollo, like Constellation, you should be able to extend that architecture in an applications program style and scale to different things from there. Just like how, like, okay, the Apollo architecture, right? The Apollo architecture was able to go to the moon. That's really what it was designed to do. But you could do other things with it, like a Venus flyby. No problem. That's easy. You can easily adapt it. You can make space stations with it, a la Skylab. You can... Excuse me. You can do Venus flybys, you can make Mars transfer vehicles, nuclear-powered upper stages, etc., etc. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that that's what I'm doing. I'm not copying the Saturn V. I'm not copying Constellation. They're going to be the same ideas as that, though. Because those are the ideas that work. Hey, Tom Cream. Thanks for the sub, man. Oh, okay, Chief. Are we talking Mission Mode 3? No, it's a continuation of MM2 with some changes to the rules, that's all. Okay, we got boiler pressure, let's go. Yeah, when the spline update comes out, guys, I don't need to keep playing this. We'll be able to make the tracks so much faster. I can remake the entire setup in probably a day. It's going to be the same save, Jim. So Jeb will still be deceased. It's the same lore as the SSTO save. Yeah. There's no need to remake it. I just need to... I don't even need to change any rules. I just need to adhere to my rules, fellas. What does that mean? So, in the old save, I had rules about chat determining engineering architecture. And then I ended up breaking my own rule by having chat determine engineering architecture with the SSTO. I don't know why I did that. I'm sure there was a good reason. But that reason was not good enough. I'm sure it was a good reason, but it probably wasn't good enough. So, so I'm basically going to keep all the mission mode rules, deadlines, deep space network stuff. Yeah, we're going to do all that. Sure. Yeah, polls and everything. But you guys determine the directorate. You guys are like the decadal survey. Understand? Okay, hold on a second here. Let me put the... Okay, the brakes are on the train. Let me do that. Now, we got to get these beams here for cash, but it looks like... Yeah, okay. Amigo, will you watch NASA's Artemis Space Symposium in 10 minutes? I guess. I mean, we could. Look at all these beams that we gotta move. Yeah, I think we can double box it. That should be fine. Alright, hang on, fellas. I gotta extend the track here. Yeah, only like a week or two more of doing the double spline thing like this, and then then we don't need to do that anymore. You know what? I'm just gonna freehand some track. Shouldn't be too hard. I mean, it's just a siding, you know? Just freehand a corner like that, no problem. Are more songs being added to the soundtrack? Per heist? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're gonna add more, dude. They have other musicians working on the project and stuff. It's actually really cool. Alright, let's go, Funny joke. Clutch, don't link pictures of me. That's not funny. You're gonna hurt my feelings. What's that? Any mods can give Squall link. Squall, I think you might be regular, dude. Too regular, amigo.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
See? Bus. All right. When that symposium thing goes live, we'll go from there. Well, when do we think Carlos Sainz is going to win a race? He's almost there. Kid's close, dude. He needs to win, man. It needs to happen. Yeah, Swish, we could probably do that soon. I don't know if you'll be able to get past Leclerc. Someone. Charles really coming into his own, man. That guy is a damn good driver. You see him duke it out with Max at Jeddah? That was awesome. Dude, it made me so happy. You get a couple this year? No doubt. No doubt. I agree. Yeah, man. Perez is stepping up his game. Dude, Checo's the frickin' man. Come on. Everybody likes Checo. When do we think Jerry's gonna finally take 2 strokes off his golf game? When he arches his shoulders! Sugoi! Checo es el jefe! See. See. Dude. Alright, and okay, not to just keep talking about Formula 1, but who's pumped for the modifications to Albert Park? 4 DRS zones, man. Yo, this is gonna get nuts. It's gonna get fun. It's gonna get really fun.
Whether you're joining us here
Oh, there it goes.
or virtually, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us for today's panel titled Artemis and Industry. building
All
the
right.
space economy. I am joined by a stellar group of NASA leaders for today's discussion. We have Jim Free, head of NASA Exploration Systems Development, Ken Bowersox, who, together with Kathy Leaders,
All right.
leads the Space Operations Mission
Yeah, I know.
Director.
Hellfish is going to be a little
Dr.
sketchy.
Thomas Serbukin, head of NASA
Oh, yes,
Science,
Dr. Z is there,
and Jim
my
Warner,
favorite guy.
head of NASA Space Technology.
This is
Now,
a very
before we
good
dive
panel
into our
here.
more focused Artemis topic on the space economy and industry partnerships, I'd like to provide a brief overview to ensure that our wonderful audience has all of the fundamentals. After that, I'll transition it to each of our panelists for initial remarks. So with that, let's go ahead and get started.
It's going to be awesome, 04.
Artemis is NASA's
Okay.
lunar exploration program.
Here, let me turn this up
And
to
it's
bring
important
everybody
to
up to
understand
speed.
that Artemis isn't just one mission. It's actually a series of increasingly complex missions paving the way for lunar surface missions with the first woman and the first person of color, as well as future missions to send astronauts to Mars. Artemis will turn science fiction into reality as we learn to live and work off-world. There are several key elements to the Artemis mission architecture. Artemis uses the Space Launch Systems rocket, which is the largest ever built, the Orion Crew spacecraft, a Gateway spacecraft in lunar orbit, and cutting-edge exploration ground systems and astronaut landing systems. And it's always important to talk about the why, even in an audience of people who love space as much as we all do. We're going back to the moon for scientific discovery, economic benefits, and inspiration
And
for a
space
new
trains.
generation of explorers, the Artemis Generation. In collaboration with industry, commercial, and international partners, we will establish the first long-term presence on the moon. While maintaining American leadership in exploration, we will build a global alliance and explore deep space for the benefit of all. Humanity's historic return to the moon takes flight this year with the Artemis One launch. Artemis One is an uncrewed flight test targeted
Vamos,
for no
amigos.
earlier than late May, which will allow NASA to check out rocket and spacecraft systems before crew fly aboard Artemis 2. Artemis 1 uncrewed, Artemis 2 crewed, and future uncrewed lander demonstration missions with SpaceX will precede the Artemis 3 mission when astronauts
yes,
will
Bird
land on
app.
the moon. We'll use what we learn on and around the moon to take that next giant leap, sending astronauts to Mars. With that, I will conclude Artemis 101. I hope that you're all still awake, and turn it over to our NASA leaders, beginning with Jim Free.
Thanks, Lauren. I feel like you just gave my talk, so what Lauren said. Let's see. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with my NASA colleagues, and I guess I'll just give a quick minute on Artemis 1, since that seems to be the elephant in the room. It's been tremendous to watch the team. I was at KSC till late yesterday and flew here last night, and working through a lot of issues of bringing the vehicle together for the first time, dealing with interesting commodities in large quantities like LOX and hydrogen, learning about how all these systems come together. So the test yesterday, we did get some LOX flow into the tank on the core stage, and that was all due to the team really figuring out real time what was happening on the vehicle, adjusting and getting that flowing. So we didn't get through everything we wanted, but certainly learned a great deal that we'll take into our next attempt. We will follow Axiom on the range. Pam talked about that cooperation. That's another cooperation that we have. We need to get the Axiom mission done so we can get Crew 4, and we waited for Transporter 4 to launch on Friday in order to do our tests. So great, I'll say, synergies across there. There's a press conference later today with some of the folks that kind of walk through a little bit more detail, and they'll give you our possibilities. I'll address the other elephant in the room. We are working on having launch commentary. I know that's been something that folks really want, and I understand that. We're working towards that for launch.
Jim!
Actively working it even
Yes!
yesterday with our public affairs folks.
Jim!
Our
Yes!
mission is to work across all of NASA. Pam talked about that.
Awesome!
Working all 5 mission directorates. We obviously have a strong partnership with SOMD as we develop hardware and hand it over to them. For
No, that's Jim Free.
operations.
It's not Jim
Artemis
Bridenstiner.
architecture
Jim,
is built
but
on
also
science,
he is upholding the name
to
of
get
Jim.
science back. I told our congressional folks the other day, Thomas opened the last sample from Apollo a couple weeks ago, so the pressure's on us now to get some more back. And then obviously we work closely with Space Tech to integrate ourselves and use the technology that is being brought.
Life
forward.
has many gems,
There's
Ed boy.
economic opportunities across the board from our perspective. We're about to award a suits contract that was based on services from other people using spacesuits in the future. The lander contract that Pam
SpaceX
mentioned, that
calling
we're
it now.
developing the next set of landers that can then be a services contract where other people can use those landers for their own purposes. And we have Gateway, where we have logistics to Gateway as a service. We just put out an RFI for additional Gateway opportunities. So for me, economic opportunities are all over. Our architecture leverages private
This guy's
investment,
space programs.
now
See
and
that
in
guy?
the future.
That guy knows how to space program.
And to use those commercial capabilities.
we like
for
him.
our
Jim
own-
Free's cool.
So for our own benefit. And then, of course, we have international partners that have their own
Requests for
economic
information.
opportunities that
Nice.
then
I'll
feed
tell you about that
what
stuff
we
more in a
need to
second,
do
fellas.
For our missions, for future elements, current and future elements. So from my perspective, we are part of the space economy and look forward to using that further in the future.
I mean, yeah, if you want to let the commercial market drive the Artemis program, that's fine.
Yeah, hi, I'm
that'll work.
Jim Bowersox from Space Operations.
Can you be?
It's really wonderful to be here in Colorado Springs with all of you.
That's what
it's
that's what
neat to
Jim
see
Bridenstine
how
wanted to
people
do.
interact
So that's
here
if that's
and
the way we
how
want to do it, that's fine.
relationships are built that will be indispensable in building the space economy. There are a lot of ways if you want to make the space economy bigger. One way is just grow the federal budget and spend more money. Another way is to bring in private capital. It's a lot harder from a government perspective, I think, to come up with ways to bring in that private capital and expand the work that's going on. But I think it's got the biggest potential for helping us accomplish the things that we want to do in space exploration. Over the last 20 years, it's been really exciting to see the progress we've been making in low Earth orbit, trying new ways to bring in commercial partners and to develop the different capabilities that we need on the International Space Station for crew and cargo. But as I've watched those capabilities develop, the thing that struck me most is one of the hardest things for us on the government side has been to release some of the control that we had. By releasing some of the control, ceding some of that control to commercial partners that we've built trust relationships with, we can get so much more back. And I think we're going to see that trend continue into Artemis, and I think it has a lot of wonderful potential as we explore further out into the solar system.
Well, I'm really excited to be here.
Dr.
Jim
Z.
already mentioned that, of course, science is an important part of Artemis, and we see it both as a responsibility and an opportunity. The responsibility for us to provide the information that help us pick the right landing sites with our orbital asset that has been there, Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Provide the information about resources on the moon and in various regions, and therefore provide information for the technology side of the house, the operation side of the house, to really make sure our presence back at the moon becomes sustainable. The opportunity is overwhelming for us also.
I got your message,
what we can do is
think
with
about
this new space economy, we can do missions, we can do work in ways, frankly, that was the stuff of dreams even 5 years ago. What I mean with that, of course, is that Artemis 3, kind of with the plan moving forward, we're working to really get the maximum science out of this. It's not the same as it was in Apollo. We have virtual reality. We have, kind of the communication system that is being built and is being deployed by Sox and his team, and the entire system that is being built with Jim and his commercial team, we're basically have the opportunity of doing amazing science. The way we treat that kind of science is like we treat any other mission, whether it's James Webb, whether it's a planetary mission, and so forth. We figure out what's the best science we can do, and we build a science and technology definition team for that, so we actually get the maximum out of it. That's opportunity. We're really excited about it. Yes, we opened that sample because, frankly, it seemed to me we believe that there's new samples coming, so let's make sure that the community is ready to really address those samples. They need to practice again, really deploy that excitement of doing this sample analysis, looking at questions that, frankly, at the Apollo time period were crazy. Questions about volatiles. Sometimes we refer to them as water. Volatiles, which of course we could use for fuel, perhaps to survive, but also because of the fact that they provide enormous amounts of information about the moon itself and its history, information we didn't know was even 15 years ago. So for us, that's really exciting. Again, the opportunity, but also in this case, the responsibility, because that information is absolutely critical as we go forward and look at ISRUs and so forth. Well, we're not waiting for Artemis 3, though, to go to the moon, and we're really excited at the commercial lunar payload services. Now, everybody who has paid attention realizes that we wanted to launch some of these missions last year. I want to tell you that we struggled in a number of missions with COVID supply chain issues, but also, frankly, these are the first missions these companies are doing. We're standing right behind them, with Astrobotic, with its 11 payloads that will go to the surface of the moon, and Intuitive Machines with another 6 payloads, and then, frankly, one in partnership with you. What has happened with the commercial lunar payload services, with the various contracts there, it created kind of an innovative flywheel that has, frankly, created an amount of innovation in planetary instrumentation and technology that we haven't seen. We haven't seen in decades. The total amount of technologies, kind of instruments that are being built on, range in the order of 40. I'll talk to you about one of them. On the far side of the moon, when the sun and the Earth are on the same side of the moon, the far side of the moon is really dark and really quiet. And when Jupiter and Saturn are also on the same side of the moon as is the sun and the Earth, so it's full moon on Earth, if you want, on the far side, it's the most radio quiet place in the solar system.
It's the dawning of Aquarius.
We're deploying a payload to that far side, and we're coming up with new technologies to make sure they can make measurements during the dark side there to look at the universe in ways we've never been able to do. We're doing that with the Department of Energy. That's one of many of those technologies. We couldn't have dreamt to do it. Viper, of course, the rover that will go, in mid-decade here. We're getting ready for. I just recently was there. I want you to know that every single instrument on Viper is already on a lander going to the moon before. That creates a development paradigm that's very much different than what I'm used to normally. This is the only rover I've ever worked on where the instruments are not on the critical path. That's what happens if you have a new space economy. You can start driving new development paradigms, can take more risk, create innovation platforms that are otherwise not there, and create, of course, a community that will be available for you, Socks, for you, Jim, if you need that community, and of course for the important technology you do, Jim. So why don't you take over?
All right, well, thank you, Thomas. And it's a great pleasure for me to be here, especially with my esteemed colleagues and working together as we do. We in Space Tech pursue transformative technologies for both human and robotic mission enabling, and also enabling the growth of commercial space in the process. And of course, like all of us, a core element of what we're doing is to inspire the next generation.
Getting there, Angry.
We developed this through a broad portfolio across the entire technology readiness level scale. We work for things all the way from very low early stage activities to mid-TRL, demonstrating in the lab, and all the way to flying. A core element of what we try to do is get across those valleys of death, as we talk about, and get into an infusion path. Yep. And I'll say the CLIPS and other opportunities that are there just are a tremendous resource for us. I like to say the breadth of our organization is our strength. We can, when we deploy a problem or try to solve a problem, we use our SBIRs, we use tipping point solicitations and in-house activities and stuff, and look across that and research grants across that to try to have a coordinated effort in addressing a problem. And we can do that in large part, and it results in, we have about 140 or so flight demonstrations on the books for what we're doing. And when you consider a lot of the smaller stuff we do as well, over 1,400 projects overall. And when we get to a mid to high tier L, a big push for us is to do so in a public-private partnership, because it is just a game changer of how different it is today with the space economy the way it is there is a lot of private capital that we can leverage, and we get the much better product as a result. One of the key ways we do that, I mentioned, is our tipping point solicitation, and actually the preliminary proposals are due Friday. And by all indications of what we had from what we've seen so far and what we're hearing as we're talking about here is it will be far and away a record for us in terms of number of solicitations. And I can tell you it's going to be some fantastic stuff. I'm always amazed at the creativity of these. A big part of what we do is to support Artemis, both in the human and robotic side. The solar electric propulsion system that supports the gateway power and propulsion element. A big success story actually is the rollout solar arrays that are deployed on the power and propulsion element, that also is deployed on DART and also on the ISS, among other places. That started with about a dozen SBIRs. And then through time we developed it, and it was taken over by missions as we went through. A great success story. We fly, it was mentioned by Pam, I think, that the Capstone mission, which is a small 12U CubeSat, size of a small microwave oven, and it'll be going into the near Earth,
rectilinear halo orbit.
I'm stumbling over the words. So it'll be going into the gateway orbit, the near rectilinear halo orbit and stuff. And
the guy's so excited he doesn't know how to talk.
It's a very small package and very creative as what they're doing.
Not a bad problem to have.
On the lunar surface, we have over 30 technologies flying on the cliffs of Thomas's, doing all kinds of things for us to try to help establish a sustainable presence on the moon. And that sustainable presence means the power systems that we might deploy. How do we utilize in situ resource utilization? Are there construction activities that we can do, and so on? And how do we access areas that are extremely hard and difficult to reach? All that in concert with universities and with the industry and within our own NASA folks. There's two other things that we try to develop as we go through this consortium. One of the areas that we're trying to have in order to
You're not wrong, Jim.
develop our lunar surface system into a sustainable presence, a big part of that is to engage the community as we go along. And so the reason we established the Lunar Surface Innovation Consortium is to gain a great input and coordination with and communication with the entire community. And in the 2 years or so that we've been operating now, there's now over 600 organizations that actively participate on a regular basis. And with that, over 600 organizations that participate across all 50 states. And then just kind of to wrap up, there's a couple things we also look for. Okay, it's not just a sustainable presence on the moon, but what do we look for, and what are the tall poles in reaching and going humans to Mars? There's three key activities that we have ongoing now to do so. First item is a deep space optical communications demonstration that's on the Psyche mission for Thomas, and we'll be demonstrating from optical communications from Mars environment and potentially from beyond. We also have what we call our lofted demonstration. It was Pam mentioned that when she talked. And what that is a hypersonic decelerator that's an inflatable. It's a public-private partnership with ULA, and we're demonstrating a 6-meter inflatable system to large heavy payloads. Ultimately, when we get to a 15-meter or so, we can land those large payloads on the moon at 20 tons or so. And then also, this is a time for us to be developing nuclear systems. Nuclear fission surface power is in our budget and is the top priority for us, but also in our budget is the early development activities for nuclear propulsion. And so it's an exciting time. I've never seen a more exciting time than right now.
Please.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Please. Please.
Outstanding. Thank you so much
Please.
for that context. You all did great. They
Please.
were teasing me before this. We have opening remarks? Is this panel about Artemis? You're just pulling my leg.
Yeah, someone.
So,
I'm
moving on to
not.
the questions,
Yeah. No.
let's
yeah.
follow the thread
No.
of the space
Nuclear
economy just
power
a little bit
and
further,
stages
deeper into
power.
it.
Yes.
So that's kind of the focus area for this panel. But for a lot of us, I think the concept of a space economy is still relatively new and perhaps not specifically defined. So what does the space economy mean to you, and why is Artemis key to building it? Jim, would you start?
Sure. So the example, nearest term example for me is the commercial LEO destinations, not to steal from Ken here, but that's key to us. We have things risk we're buying down on space station today. When space station reaches the end of life, we'll continue to use the commercial LEO destinations, which to me is a great example of the space economy, to do our buy down our risk for lunar and Mars missions, to take advantage of that microgravity where we can cycle payloads up and down very quickly. So for me, I look at that's our first opportunity. The other is, as the space economy, I think Pam talked about it, about folks early in their career, about the opportunities. Many of you here that bring those opportunities. We have that to benefit from as we develop our architecture to go to Mars. So we'll have keep our architecture open as technologies develop in other parts of the space economy that can then improve our reliability, our safety, or our mission duration for our Mars missions. So to me, I look at those two examples.
Excellent.
I mean, to me, the space economy is just the production of goods and services in space. For all different kinds of reasons, for amusement, to scientific knowledge, to go further than we've ever gone before. And I think there are lots of ways that we can develop it, but the best way is to bring in more and more participants and watch more and more missions start to proliferate, both government missions and non-government missions.
And for me, the way it becomes part of our life and kind of the Science Mission Directorate, one of the things I really want us to do is continually ask, what are the opportunity spaces that are there? So we focus tunnel vision on new science and science per dollar, and we use the tools that are there so we can in fact become first customers in some of these new places, or we can take advantage of opportunities that frankly were not there to do amazing science. And so for me, even if the government assets, the space station, together with our international partners, you really taught us, I believe, and kind of taught the science community. The science community was very much used to building their own stuff all by themselves. Like what happens, frankly, on the space station, you have more payloads than we can accommodate. We have an embarrassment of, I call that a good problem, because people, especially for those out there who want to build commercial space stations, right? Well, we have instruments that want to sit on the outside of these. We have science that we want to do on the inside of these. So look through the lens of what is the science opportunity and how can we be customers. We don't want to own these companies. So I've always say, if somebody uses the word commercial and I'm 80% of the market, not so interested. Because my worry is I will squeeze all the commercial spirit out of them, by the time we're done with the contract. But what I'd like us to do is really be a customer and kind of stand and learn how we can create opportunity spaces that otherwise were not there. So that's how I see it. It's in an ever-evolving field of opportunity.
And what I'd say is the space economy right now is defined by the consumption of resources for the betterment and use of space is a $400 billion industry right now, and it's on the way to targeting towards $1 trillion. And I suspect it'll get here faster than we think. And for us, as I said, that really equates to now it's not just the venture capitalists that are highly, that are geeks for space. It's also much more conventional.
Did you just call Elon Musk a geek?
Looking for opportunities, and yes, space is exciting, so it draws a lot of extra. But it's a lot more opportunities for investment into capital investment, and that leads us to being able to take advantage of that and utilize this. And those that community is obviously low Earth orbit, suborbital, orbit, geo and stuff is obviously a mainstay right now, but it also there's a strong push towards this lunar space and the utilization of that from an economy standpoint. And so we're seeing a lot of investment that we can really take advantage of.
So as we move, I guess, into this space economy that's continuing to develop and grow, we know that we need vision, we need talent, but we also need resources. So can you help us understand, and from your perspective, how the recently released NASA budget supports Artemis and the goals that we have?
Want me to start?
You offered.
All right. So the budget supports us with our SLS and Orion vehicles that we need. That's our building block. It supports us getting to Artemis 3, which includes the development of the lander and the suits. It supports us starting this next lander procurement. What I think we NASA need to continue to focus on is where can we maximize those dollars in the budget to get to go after things that other folks have already developed, and where can we do better in how we perform on our program and project work. I talked at the beginning about the relationship between exploration systems development and space operations. Our vision is to hand over programs to space operations when they finish development, and each one looks a little bit different. But how we do that is intended to free up dollars to come back and start the next development. If we don't do that, then the budget that request is there today and in the future is not of value. That's why these mission directives were set up, and that's completely our job. So I think the budget is there to support us through 3, start this new lander development, help us get Gateway up there, get that infrastructure to start the science.
You mentioned vision, talent, and resources. In space ops, we have resources to do lots of great things with commercial LEO platforms, continuing our commercial crew and cargo capabilities for the International Space Station, maintain the International Space Station, do new activities there, and set up some new commercial approach to procuring communication services. So there's a lot in the budget that we're allowed to do. The vision part, I think, is harder for us to try and exactly see where we're going and what we need to do, and to stay out of the way as our commercial partners come up with new ways of doing business is tougher. The other thing that's tough is having sort of a unified regulatory framework, because developing the space economy is in NASA's interest. We have taken on a lot ourselves, where we try to facilitate the growth of different commercial entities and enable them to get their job done. But at some point, that's not really NASA's job. That needs to move out and into other parts of the government. And we're already seeing discussions there. And that's one way you'll know the economy is growing is work that NASA's doing now will move to Commerce and the FAA. And we're seeing it start, and we'll see more of it.
And from the talent side, there's a number of companies that tell us how they're having a hard time holding on to their talent because the companies are growing in their neighborhood. And I always thought, what an amazing thing if you're an entrant into this industry, because people are chasing you around town. And I'm like, that's an amazing thing. If I see people that I used to teach, used to be in my classroom 10 plus years ago, and they're in these leadership positions in companies, they're in these leadership positions within I think the agency.
Dr. Z taught
many
at
of the
U of M,
projects that have the shifts
right.
of the James Webb Space Telescope at night. The night shifts were run by one of my former students as the shift lead, and so I'm just tremendously proud of both what they're achieving, this kind of generation that's behind us, and I consider it our job as we're opening up that opportunity space, both the commercial one, but also from the talent perspective to really help that talent pipeline. But I'm also just in awe about the opportunities of the ones that are just, coming out of schools now, and kind of the opportunities that they have going forward, including some of these skill sets such as welding and kind of manufacturing that are so needed in so many of these industries.
And what I'd say is First of all, the space tech budget for FY23 we're pleased with. It's enough for us. It maybe isn't everything we'd like to do, but it never is. It's enough to allow us to really look at and maintain a very broad portfolio portfolio as I talked about sooner. A key part of this, I think, is to really, how do we operate with the community to ensure innovativeness and creativity as we're going along? And and the more we do things where we kind of leave open this trade space and have an open thought of how we do it, of what they might accomplish. The Cliffs is a great example of that, and the payloads that are there as well. And wherever we give something we're not quite as prescriptive, creative things happen.
Excellent. So we talked a little bit about how there are so many opportunities now, which, I mean, as a young professional myself, I definitely see that. I've got friends that are kind of have all these opportunities when they graduate, which is a fantastic place for us to be, I think, as an industry. But there are some out here, you know, perhaps future industry partners that are not involved in Artemis right now. They want to be part of it. So what tactical steps can they take to join this whole mission for Artemis? And I think, and Jim, I'll start with you because I think you mentioned some of that just a little bit in your opening remarks.
Okay. Sure. What I would say is probably the first way that you need in order to get engaged, you know, is to have a really good idea, or have something that you address a need that's out there, and you have a prospect for going to get it. Then we have a lot of solicitations across the board here with that NASA, where some of those ideas can be brought out. For us, you know, if you're a small business, a great place to start is Small Business Innovative Research. Because there's several hundred small contracts that we have for a year to check it out, along with a lot of other solicitations, and I mentioned the tipping point that it's going now. And then beyond that, we have ways to have to communicate
Artemis
with
Space
the community.
Symposium.
I mentioned the Lunar Surface Consortium that we have formed. That's a great place that on a monthly basis you can see what's going on. Johns Hopkins APL is the lead for that, and so you can readily find your way to that through their website, and so there's a lot of interaction and exchange. We also, from our standpoint, have developed a strategic technology framework, and with that framework, we've identified the outcomes that we're trying to achieve, and then the capabilities that we need to have in order to achieve that. And those are things that we've developed now through our principal technologists, how to put those things into where is our desired future to be. And
Dude,
our intent is
guy's
here
so
in the
pumped,
next
he's
couple
just
every couple months
talking over his
to
words.
release and force
Can relate.
these activities, so we get feedback from the community. Hopefully, it's a two-way thing, so you can see better of what we're thinking from a technology standpoint, and also help guide us. And so I think there's a very broad spectrum, but start with your good idea and start working it.
Excellent. Any other ideas, thoughts on how we can get involved? Got excited people out here in the audience that want to join in Artemis?
I would say our architecture team for a number of years now has done some, I'll say, forward-leaning engagements with industry across the board.
Yeah, and that happens to me sometimes.
Where we understand
That's right,
where
Metroid.
those entities are going with the work they'd like to pursue, understand how it helps the overall architecture that we have, and figure out where are those opportunities that we can utilize that technology, and work with Jim to figure out calls that can elicit the things we're trying to buy down in our architecture. So that's been led by Greg Chavers and Doug Craig. I know they're here, they're involved. I think reaching out to them, being proactive. I know that they have a couple industry interactions every year. I know we're thinking about having one this summer. That's the way to understand, here's what company X wants to pursue. How can we help further that? How can we utilize
Company
that?
X?
Much like we do with our critical international partners too.
You know, I think to get involved, the most important thing is a passion for the work, and then some great creative ideas. It's been fun to watch the small companies get involved, just like the big companies. You know, in our contracting efforts, we've got requirements that big companies have to include small companies. So I
Small
wouldn't,
business initiative.
let that deter me. If I was, just a graduate student right now with a neat idea, I wouldn't let the fact that I'm a one-person company frighten me away from doing the business. Because if you've got the passion and you've got the ideas, you can find a way to get built into the system and become part of what we do in low Earth orbit and what we'll do beyond low Earth orbit.
Excellent. So I have a question from the audience now. We're going to transition to some of your questions. Thanks for sending them. And this one's for you,
Company
Dr.
X.
Z. What are the key science objectives that you want to achieve on the lunar surface beyond 2024?
That's Zerbukins because it's got science in it.
That's right. Look, I think the core objective, and by the way, I'm talking about both what I'm hearing from the national academies. You should know next week I will get the strategy, the planetary strategy from the national academies. I asked for that not because I don't know how to make decisions, but I'm not good in most science. So I'm just good in very little science. So basically trading science against science, I really want another body that is smarter than me to make this. And so you should know that that decadal that we're going to get actually has as a task the integration or into Artemis directly. So I just want to tell everybody, even though what I'm going to tell you is what my belief is today, next week I'm getting really important guidance. The highest priority is really focused on resources and volatiles, both because of the science, that kind of water cycle on the surface of Mars. Surface of Moon. There's one on Mars too, but surface on the Moon is really critical. I think the other thing is really if you want understanding the history of the Earth system, and we actually think that dating the Earth, the best way of doing that is at the Moon. We have specific areas you want to go take measurements that really take kind of ambiguities in our kind of chronology off the table. Of course, the history of the Moon is our history, so there's important science for that. And I think the third piece is really utilizing the Moon kind of in its environment as to do measurements that otherwise are not possible. I want to refer back to the Lucy instrument I already described that uses the radio quiet regions. So those are the three that I would focus on.
Thank you. So another question from our audience. With international collaboration and missions such as James Webb Space Telescope and other successful stories of us all coming together around important missions, do you see European space partners and more global space partners also embracing and shaping that commercial space economy?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. Those international partners I mentioned earlier are absolutely critical to us. And the agencies that we partner with have an industry that they rely on to build that hardware. And I would expect that innovation, I think I wrote it down, Thomas, the innovative flywheel that you mentioned earlier. Every time I listen to Thomas, I learn something. Is spinning just as well in those other countries. And seeing the way the space economy has taken off, I would expect that commercial, and I think you're seeing it now, that commercial to roll out of that effort as well.
So one of the things that I want to talk about that I think it's just that there's a lot of learning ahead of us. There's a lot of learning ahead of us, and I certainly didn't want to give the impression that I figured it out. I don't want to speak for my colleagues. Let me give you one of the examples. It's really clear that the entrepreneurial ecosystem, just if you look at just sheer amount of venture capital kind of expended in the United States by far eclipses what happens elsewhere. So what that does, it creates kind of tension. So we have, of course, our international partners are dear to us, and we love working with them on the missions. 2/3 of science missions have international partnership. All of the core kind of elements that we're doing have them, and we think that makes us stronger. But what we need to figure out now is how do we make sure that, in fact, the industries in these other partnerships, wherever they are, whether in Europe, in Japan, whether they're elsewhere, that they too kind of find kind of support without really, if you want, taking energy out of the commercial ecosystem. I'll give you an example, just so you know what I'm talking about. We could be working with every international partner and creating agreements to fly their instruments to the Moon using commercial lunar payload services. I think that would be a horrific mistake. Because what I just do is I destroy part of the market for the commercial lunar payload services. The kind of a market with less friction is one where over time the commercial, our international partners say, hey, I'm going to work with this company and go work with them directly. So how we get from where we are today, we're perfectly excited to have these discussions, but how do we get to this world that's much more seamless and kind of without boundary, kind of like the commercial entities are, is something we're still learning.
Excellent. So as we kind of, I guess, reset, to tie a bow on this conversation, we started with talking a little bit about what Artemis really is, what Artemis means, and we've detailed some really important pieces of the partnerships, the talent, all the resources. But what I want to challenge us to do, just to kind of close out our panel, is to fast forward a few decades and look to the future. So if Artemis, as we understand it today, all goes as planned, what do you think the space economy looks like maybe 20 years from now?
Space Symposium, Artemis Space Symposium.
I guess I'll go first, and I'll improve on any answer I come up with. I think I see it evolving much like low Earth orbit has. Our access to low Earth orbit, to space station, is now a service. I would expect us to have built the sustainability that Pam talked about on the lunar surface that allows us to access the lunar surface in a commercial way as well. Our job at NASA is to not hold on to things. Many folks say, why are we doing services for landers? Because we don't want to own that forever. We want to use that as a service so that we're pushing the next boundary. So in 20 years, I'm hopeful that there is some kind of infrastructure on the lunar surface that is available to commercial entities, that is used by commercial entities that we still use, but not as the sole owner, and we are pushing on our way to Mars. If that's the case, then there's an economy there that we have been a part of creating.
Yeah. It's always fraught with peril to try and predict the future, but what I see is like Jim said, what we've got going on in LEO right now will move out to cislunar space. And we'll see private missions that go to the lunar surface. I think we'll see some people that go there for private science reasons or to explore for resources. We'll see missions that aren't driven by government requirements, but they're driven by private requirements. And at some point, 20 years is probably a little too soon, but at some point we're going to see exploration missions that are driven by corporations on Earth rather than by the government.
Yeah, and I think there's important transitions that are really hard to predict, but are already at the horizon now. The availability of big large launch systems, whether it's the one that you talked about at the beginning, some of the commercial options, fundamentally change how we do things. Standing in front of the Ariane 5 with the James Webb Space Telescope on it, $10 billion of investment, I don't wish that on another person necessarily. I mean, the Ariane 5 team did such an amazing job. But the question is, how do we kind of transfer, a future kind of in this environment? How do we create solutions for advanced telescopes, for Earth observing systems that really use these kind of tool sets that we've talked about? To me, I think a significant fraction of science will move in that space. And our job is, of course, as an agency, is to
Artemis Accords
first both utilize that, but also focus on the leading edge and trying to make sure that we build, I hope 20 years from now, a spacecraft that goes to other stars, right? And I mean, of course we need to do that. We have nuclear systems that are really providing power
I'm not going to say you're wrong,
in many places, and also propulsion in area kind of orders of magnitude above what we currently have. And so it's these things that we should be focused on.
Yeah, and what I'd say is, first of all, I hope there's a rough parallel with the airline industry. That we start seeing that, especially in the places where it's more natural and in the cislunar space and low Earth orbit and stuff. And we see that there's some technology advancements we can still engage in, like we do with the AR&D, with our research organization in aeronautics. But that largely it's a service thing. And we set our attention on the next great thing. And I don't think in 20 or 40 years we're going to run out of next great things. But we'll go further and further in our exploration. We'll leave the solar system and we'll go beyond.
All right, so I'm going to bring us back from the future. We're here today in Colorado Springs, or if you're online with us virtually. So I want to thank you, all of our distinguished panelists, for the wonderful discussion. I think the future is bright in space, and Artemis just shines so brightly. Thank you all for joining us, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your space symposium. Thank you.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. There's some pretty good stuff in there. I mean, they seem to really want to drive commercial. Vasi, I'll answer the stack stuff in a second. They want to use commercial to basically get funding where the gaps are. So that's not a bad idea to have commercial pick up the slack. So basically, long story short, if Congress isn't going to give them enough money, Congress ain't going to give them enough money to freaking do a lunar mission. They'll figure out the rest with private investment. Now, I don't think that's the most sustainable way to do things, but it's not the worst. Not a bad way to do stuff. I think the best way to do it would be to have a full end-to-end architecture under NASA's roof, and also work with commercial for that redundant capability. But hey, it's, you know, I don't think that that's feasible that much. So, you know, given the circumstances, what we have now is not the worst. So, is the June launch still on? Like I said, it depends on how well the wet dress rehearsal goes. I think because it didn't go exactly well, I think we're going to see the end of June. But yeah, here, let me get the music back on here when we park the train. Having end-to-end architecture is in, like, NASA is going to cost a lot of money, but the price goes down over time. So yeah, I mean, we'll talk more about it during Space News, guys. I can talk more. Vasi, okay, so why is that big? It's a Venturi. So this does two things. First thing is that you have the exhaust from the firebox going up and out, right? It's under pressure when it comes out because heat, right? That heat goes into this expansion chamber and it depressurizes like a Venturi, like a rocket motor. And because it depressurizes, it accelerates it. It accelerates it out. It helps, basically helps stoke the boiler. Second thing is that there's a trap in there, so you're not shooting wood embers out the smokestack and lighting the trees around you on fire. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Dude, the parallels between a steam engine and a rocket engine are kind of crazy. Like, this is not that far off from a liquid fuel rocket motor. It really isn't. Except the combustion happens, you know. Rockets are not an external combustion engine, you know. But you have basically water. You have a liquid fuel, right? That's being heated and used as steam. With a rocket engine, you have a liquid fuel and an oxidizer tank that's feeding a rocket motor. It's not that far off. Like, don't get me wrong, they're two very different things, but the concepts are there, which is kind of weird to me. Like, it's not what a steam engine does and what a rocket engine does. It's not that far off. Like, they're similar. The similarities are there. You have pressure. Steam engines are pressure fed. Some rocket engines are pressure fed too. You know? Alright, let's go back up here. Give me the cash. Forest fires aren't good for your railroad. I can't imagine if you're operating a lumber line, Pythos, that would be good at all. Music didn't come back. Save? Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. While we're here. I don't know why the music ain't coming back on. Here, let me tab out and tab back in. Music! Jeez, Storm. It's not OBS, it's the game, because we're still getting sounds from the game, dudes. Yeah, looks like we gotta restart the game. I'll save and restart here after we're done loading the last log. Okay. Save the game, save the slot, leave session. There we go. Alright, we have acquisition of signal. So yeah, that Space Symposium was pretty cool, man. That's pretty neat. Uncrackable password. Did I set the player count to 1? Uh-oh, I don't want people joining. I'll restart just to be sure. I did, Alex? Oh, alright. Players on 1. Yep, okay, cool. I did it out of habit, which is nice. Okay, so, here we go. Let's, I'm thinking like maybe buy another Eureka because all my tracks are really flat, so buying another Eureka might not be a bad idea. Something like that, Swish, yeah. Tuesday, Tarkov with Taradra. Yep. Yeah, so what I was doing while the Space Symposium was on is I'm just moving lumber around, just getting money. We might just, I don't know. Should I keep building out my... Should we keep building out the iron mine line? We could do that. We could do it. You guys want to build it out? I mean, if they're going to add track splines in the future, how come the water level is increasing on the train? The tender. You see how there's these big, see the sides of the tender? I can just show you in first person. There's a water tank in the tender. Wood in the center, water on the sides. Yeah, see? So, water is going in. The tender is full. I filled it up with water. Have there been any major malfunctions as of late? My railroad's never had a problem, Burke. No. Because I took the time to grade the tracks. Like maybe one or two. Any of the derailments is user error with my railroad. It's me. I hope you don't lose the save. I'm not worried if we do, dudes. If we lose the save, we lose the save. It is what it is. I'll be able to remake this with the new spline tools in like 5 minutes. Is the water for ballast? No, well, we gotta heat water, Ma. That's what this thing does to make steam pressure. You heat water. Come on. That'd be good because then you have another spot that accepts lumber if you full built it out. Okay. Lumber is actually heavier than beams? What are we using? Is this oak? Alright, so you guys want me to finish building out the iron line. It's gonna take that's gonna take a while. We're not getting that done today. Even with how fast I can make the tracks. 4,200 bucks. Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm pretty sure the saves won't be backwards compatible. They might be, they might not. Heist in the update video said that they're not sure yet. They're gonna try. They're gonna try to, you know. In the next two weeks, Vasi is what they said. It could be 1 to 2 weeks depending on when they want to push it. Yeah, that's right from Heist in an update video. I also like trains. Welcome. Yeah. We like trains. We like trains here. Trains are dope. So yeah, like, I don't know. Should I go and complete the iron line? Honestly, by the time I get it completed, they're going to release splines, and if nothing is compatible, then it's not even worth it. You know, I'm going to use it once, and then it's going to be like, nah. And then I'm going to, even with the spline tools, I'm going to want to replace it. We've got all sorts of fast, heavy moving machinery here. Indeed. But that's the beta branch, which will be mostly building tools and not a lot of train options yet. Yeah. Looking at you, mobile launcher. MLs are pretty cool. TUAs are cool too. We like those. Which, you know, I mean, Vasi, the TUA's moved by a train. It's all connected, man. It's all connected. Is the spline only for rails or for groundwork too? It's for rails and groundwork, nearly. Yeah, it's for rails and groundwork. Alright, here, let's, it'll be quite a while until the spline update will hit the main branch. Alright. Then we'll, okay, we'll keep going. So what do you want me to do right now? We could move the rest of the beams, right? We could do that. We can move the rest of the beams, or we could work on the tracks. I can work on the tracks if you want. Like, I don't mind doing that. Buy a new locomotive? I don't think I have enough to get... I think it's 4,300 for the locos. I was looking at it. I would like to buy another Eureka. That would be cool. Because I think that coupling 2 Eurekas together will go just as fast as anything, if not the fastest. If you couple 2 of these together. I'm not sure how the heck you'd do that, but if you coupled them together, they would go the fastest. And it wouldn't have the most tractive effort, but you'd be able to go quick. Tracks? Okay. You need some hopper cars. Yeah, if we complete the line, yeah, we're gonna need some. The Class 70, which is the biggest locomotive that's currently in the game, the DNRG, is 4,300. And so is the Cook. They do connect, yeah. Nice swag, there you go. Or we could buy another porter. Look at that. Look at that little Betsy. How much are the hopper cars? Caboose is 500. Box cars are 950. The tanker is 1,400. 850 per hopper. Oof. The Cook? Yeah, the Class 70 might be a good idea, especially since we're using 1% grade, so the routes are going to be longer. Yeah, this seems like a good long-haul freight loco because of the drive wheels. The drive wheels are small. So it'll go decently fast, but it can pull a lot. Yeah, I think we'll get a DNRG. We'll do that. We'll buy that for the iron smelter line, but that means we need a little bit more cash because I'm gonna need the hopper cars. We're gonna need the iron hopper cars. So let's clean out the rest of the beams that are at the lumberyard. We'll do 1 or 2 more runs here, and then we'll work on the tracks. No, not even close. Honestly, guys, I could buy a Eureka for the iron mine if we have a 1% grade. It's really not going to be a big deal. You know, it just takes more time to engineer the tracks. What is up with the options for stack and lights? You can change the smokestack and stuff, Knight. Can you build the oil fields? I could build out to the oil fields. Yeah, but I can't. I'm not sure I can drop any commodities there. Eon, I'm currently on the side with the cut in it that the developers made, but I'm kind of using the cut, but I'm also not. I actually had a dream, fellas, about the route that we need to take. Yeah. Basically, it's a big freaking paperclip. So, yeah, it's a big paperclip. But it'll be a 1% grade, so you can use Eurekas on it, no problem. It's just going to take a little bit longer. But the Eureka, it being on a 1% grade, the Eureka can haul whatever up it. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I had a dream about the route. I know how to make the route. It's going to be a big paperclip, and I'm pretty sure it'll work. If you build it, the ores will come. I had a dream. Yep. That everyone can gamble together without getting different chips. my boat. Now you're able to export your build for others to use. I'm not sure if you can do that. A bulky valve on the launch tower prevented LH2 loading yesterday. You can upload and share it? Yeah, there you go. How cool would it be is if in a large multiplayer server players could run the mine smelters and sawmills? Yeah. Give me 1 second. That might be a little too far. Gotta back up a little bit. We gotta get this line. It's alright. My sibling texted me. And she goes, Did you get the house? And I go, nah, no stairway. Denied. Dude, Hellfish, what I would want from this game is, like, you have to fell the trees and stuff. Like, Icarus style. I think Icarus style play with this would be amazing, but I think that might be getting a little bit too far away from the whole railroads thing. But that kind of led me to think, like, dude, how awesome would it be to make a Wild West survival game? Where you build out trains. You know, we'll call it How the West Was Won. I think that would actually be pretty rad. That would be a pretty awesome survival game. No stairway. Denied. Yeah. You want the Wild Wild West spider? Be careful, you might get slapped. Yeah, that made me want to... Like, thinking about that made me want to make, like, a game that's, like... Think like Red Dead, mixed with like Icarus mixed with this. Wouldn't that would be something, man. That'd be pretty neat. Alright. Build a boomtown with your friends. Build railroads to link the towns. I think there's good promise in a game like that, Hellfish, if we did the loops right. But, yeah, engineering the railroads and stuff might be something that people wouldn't really want to do, you know? I'm not sure if everybody would go for that. Make Cerro Gordo. Yeah. There's a pretty fun Wild West game that came out a while back. Outlaws of the Old West. I don't know if it had rails. I don't think you'd necessarily do like outlaw stuff, Swag, but yeah. I'm thinking a Wild West survival game, like, okay. Think about Minecraft, right? Minecraft is a survival game, but that doesn't mean you can't build out infrastructure in game, like minecarts and stuff. Think like that, but instead of minecarts, you're building trains, you know, but you have to get the resources for it, etc., you know. I think that could be cool. Honestly, a game with that big of a scope, though, would be hard to do for a first try. Could be Wild West Star Citizen. Yeah, a game with that much scope would take like 5 years to get it right, Hellfish. And even then, you're looking at minimum viable probably after 3, dude. Like, I'm just ballparking those numbers, but that would take some time. And honestly, it'd be hard to fund that over time. The game was just called Outlaws. You could do a lot of other stuff. Interesting, Swag. It'd be a pretty cool game. I think people would go for it, man. Westerns are something that I think has been out of, like, kind of the mainstream for a long enough time that people would go for it. I mean, people loved Red Dead Redemption. Dude, I'm not even that big of a fan of Westerns, and I thought, like, Red Dead was amazing. That literally is that game should be studied. Red Dead should be studied in like all game design courses. It should be required. From everything to environmental design, storytelling, character design, like it's a freaking masterpiece, dude. Red Dead and RDR2, Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2 are seriously that, like, if I was running a game design class, teaching about how to make a good game, that would be at the top of my list of games. Absolutely. It's one of the best games ever made. But yeah, a Western game like that could be cool. And if it was like MMO, that would be even cooler. But you'd need for people to build up the freaking boomtowns and stuff, you would need that. I mean, there's a problem in itself. You would need a map that's hundreds of thousands of kilometers big to do something like that. Like, I'm not sure how you would implement that. You would need yeah, you would need a map that's like 1,000 square kilometers for everyone, so they can go spread out. And like, so what do you do with the map? Is the map procedurally generated? Is it voxel based? Like, how does this work? Can you edit the terrain? Can you make a mine? Do you have to find the mines? Like, how does this work? See, like, there's a lot to think about. That's a huge scope. Huge project. Hey, Red, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I would have the technical chops to even pull that off. That would require like 100% of my attention. I wouldn't be able to stream doing something like that. Just could do like SWG. Well, then it would have to be subscription based, not something that people go for in this day and age. Player Cities in Star Wars Galaxies would be kind of the framework for how I would implement it, Bar, to be honest with you. Star Wars Galaxies was awesome. Great game. Alright. I think the player-driven economy bar in Star Wars Galaxies is something that should be revisited. But I don't know if people are going to go for a subscription service, you know? $150 square kilometers. I don't think that'd be big enough if we were gonna if we were gonna do MMO. That is a brilliant idea, streaming the game dev process. Yeah, nearly. I would like to. I'd do it, man. If I did, like, that's the thing, man. I gotta come up with a good scope. But like the other thing is that like so I was thinking about it. The other thing about streaming the game dev process is like, what if people steal the idea? What if people steal the idea and bring it to market before me? I've seen it happen. I don't know if streaming the game dev process is a good idea. Yeah, ideas are a dime a dozen. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the code would basically be ITAR'd out at the, like Doom, like. Yeah, Axiom, so it's a trade-off. Like, that's the game that you have to play as a game developer, guys. You never want to show your full roadmap because a AAA studio will just copy you. And you can say, does that really happen? Is Dyson Sphere program not literally Satisfactory, but in third person? Capturing the scope of what Satisfactory was trying to do? Is Planet Crafter not Subnautica? Think about it for a second. I'm not saying those ideas are necessarily copied, right? But I played DSP. DSP is so blatantly Satisfactory, but in third person. It's kind of... like, I don't know why people don't notice that. Yeah, nearly, yep. This kind of stuff happens all the time. Look at Battle Royales. Battle Royales is a great thing, a great example. DayZ, PUBG, Fortnite, all the same thing. Got to be careful about that. So similar, it deserves the people's eyebrow. Dude, DSP is literally satisfactory. I'm fairly confident it's what Coffee Stain was trying to do in the long term. Because if you think about it, it's literally the same thing. I have a pretty good feeling that Satisfactory's roadmap with sending all these resources up the space elevator is to build a Dyson sphere. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just Satisfactory's roadmap, but done in, like, RTS style. But Satisfactory is just Factorio in first person. Yeah. Yeah. But a little bit of a different premise, you know? I don't know, Swag, maybe. Yeah, just, I mean, something to contemplate, guys. I would love to stream the whole game dev process, but I'm not sure that I'm not sure that doing the end-to-end thing is a good idea. We'd have to shield proprietary code. Like, you have to. Someone will steal it. Like, that definitely would happen. Like, call me paranoid, dude, but if I spend, like, even if that's not a thing, and even if I am being a little bit, like, really, EJ? Like, if we're working on it, me and the team working on it, and we're trying to make money on it, well, dude, the game changes a little bit, you know? It's like if I could sell my Kerbal craft files, guys, I would not be as transparent as I am about showing you how they work, right? Because people will just copy that. The reason why I show the whole development process of, like, all my Kerbal stuff is because I use it to teach, you know? But if, like, say I could make money, I could make a living making money off of craft files, I would not show you how to make them. I mean, I'd let people look at them, and if you want to buy the craft file or something, sure. But I wouldn't show you the secret sauce, because then what? Someone's just going to use that against me and take it to market, and I lose money that way. You're a brand name, no one would be interested in a fake copy of your work. You say that, right? But then there's stuff like the Lamborghini Miura that exists, you know? It's not necessarily the case. Yeah, exactly, Red. People in the game development industry are kind of ruthless, man. But, like, so, you know, you see that, and next time think about that stuff when you see people ragging on developers, like, oh, why won't they show us this? Why won't they release this then? Why aren't they telling us what they're doing? Because they don't want people to steal it, man. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a fine line. Like, I'll give you guys an example. Like, let's take RocketWorks. Dean Hall and, like, the guys at RocketWorks are super transparent about their stuff. But they're not going to show you the code, you know? But they're super transparent about it. I think that RocketWorks does it right, you know? Those guys do it correctly. I think Kerbal does it pretty dang well, you know? You know, some companies are better at playing the PR game than others. But, yeah, I see people harp on developers all the freaking time, and it kind of pisses me off, because there are facets to this that you just don't understand. And I'm not trying to be mean. I can explain why people don't understand it. I think, you know... Like, you gotta take that stuff into account. Like, take KSP2, for instance. They're kind of putting their head down and grinding stuff out, but they're showing off stuff from time to time. But also, gotta remember that, like, if they were showing us every step of the dev process, KSP and the way it works, even still to this day, is pretty damn good IP. It's pretty freaking cutting edge stuff. There's a reason why KSP hasn't been duplicated. I mean, there is simple rockets and stuff, right? But even though the way that Kerbal gets it is still better than most. Felipe did a very good job. Harvester did. Yeah, he did really good. You know? So, I mean, take that for what it's worth, I guess. It's too hard to manage day-to-day content like that, Ren. Yeah, Dean's streaming Art of the Rail, right? Because he wants to show the game dev process, but that's not the... I mean, I'm not going to say that Art of the Rail doesn't make him money, you know? But the breadwinners are Icarus and Stationeers, right? Like, am I not thinking about that correctly? You gotta be careful with this stuff, dudes. Like, the other thing I'm thinking about is, like, if I want to do a game like that, we gotta... You absolutely have to, I have to get the whole roadmap figured out, and, you know... Once I get the whole roadmap figured out, if I did do that, I probably wouldn't be showing all of it. Midge, I like trains. Yeah, me too. Okay. Close out the regulator. Train brakes on. Locomotive is safe. No, Facha, they wanted to take the house to market. Oh well. I mean, to be fair, they could probably get more money that way, but doesn't mean it doesn't suck. Alright, let's go work on the iron ore tracks for a little while. Hey, Vulcan, what's going on? Yeah, Buck, I'm not worried. It's... Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm not upset. It's just business, man. Like, oh my gosh, they want to take the house to market so they can get more money. Wow. Yeah, you're such a piece of crap. Like, no, I don't blame them. Like, it's just business. It's not personal. I mean, part of me is like, really? Really? But that's the real estate market right now. You know, if you're a seller, you want people to get into a bidding war so you get the highest price for your real estate. Now, I mean, now's the time to sell. Now is not the time to buy, but you know, I'm trying to get in before those rates go crazy, because then you don't have to refinance down the road. But if we don't, we don't. It is what it is. I mean, my folks bought a house in 1982 at 15% because inflation, right? Like, it happens. But like I said, I ain't gonna let it deter me. Like, it's just business. Not too incredibly worried about it. Oh yeah, now I know. Double the price of what it used to be. Yeah, that's the same case here too. COVID really screwed that all up. Exactly, Envy. If it's something that I'm learning, right? You could get in a high price, low rates, or high rates, low price, right? It doesn't really matter. You can always refinance it later, you know? And if you buy the right property, it will appreciate in value if you put equity into it. So it's just better to get into it sooner rather than later. That's something I'm learning pretty fast. Oh yeah. Yeah, Nionel, that's right. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. You got a lot of influx. That's right. Yeah, got a lot of people going to Poland. Moving to Poland. Yeah, didn't even think of that. Yeah, Doom. My train tracks are up there. Yeah, Iceman. Yeah, the time... Dude, yeah, time to really buy would have been in 2019. And Brimo and I... Dude, Brimo and I saw that, and we were planning on it, right? But like most plans in 2020, yeah, that didn't happen. You know, it's fine. Yeah, it is what it is, dude. It's like, once again, I was talking about this before at the beginning of the stream. You know, you're going to get dealt a crappy hand. Like, I'm used to getting dealt a crappy hand. I graduated college in 2008. Yeah, 2008. Good luck finding a job. You know, graduated 2008. you know, ended up having to bag groceries as my first job out of college. Hey, whatever. That's fine. You know, I'm used to getting dealt a crappy hand. You know, Brimo and I freaking, we finally had enough cash saved up to put a down payment on a house in April of 2020. Oops. I'm used to it. Whatever. Yeah, of course that happens, right? Like, duh. Of course that happens. Why wouldn't it happen? You know, like, okay, you know. So, I'm used to it, dude. So, you know, like, I'm just, you know, I saw this meme posted the other day. So I forget where I saw it, but, you know, it's 2022, you know, you have a glass half full or a glass half empty. You have a glass with liquid in it. You know, the optimist says it's half full. The pessimist says it's half empty. You know what people in 2022 say? That's P, isn't it? That's P. Yeah, it's not half full. It's P, isn't it? Yep. Okay. You know, like, whatever. I'm used to it. It's fine. You know, we want to play the game at a higher difficulty. That's what I like doing. So, whatever. It's not a big deal. I'll take care of it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Your time for revenge is at hand. Wait, what? You can say the glass is half full. The glass half full is a wet dress rehearsal. It's not half full. The glass half full. The glass ain't half full and half empty. That's P, isn't it? Yep. All right. All right. So for this part, we're gonna need to do wood. We're gonna do my nads. Oh. Sorry. Oh, yeah, we're going to need to put some support in, huh? Oh, man, I saw your title and I thought it was Sid Meier's Railroads. I guess this'll do. Nah, this kicks. This is good, man. Trust me. This game's the real deal. It's a good time. Alright, we gotta finish making this bridge. It didn't like the iron bridge here, guys, so we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to, do wood. Good old wood trestle. There we go. That's where the side-by-side track's gonna need to be. Hey, Bryce. Oh, hang on. I gotta get rid of the bridge. Because it needs to be on a grade. It's not half empty. It's not half full. That's P, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, hey, you know, fellas, whatever. It seems like just getting dealt a crappy hand is just life, so freaking deal with it, you know, like, and I will, you know, and I get it, not everybody wants it to be that way, I don't blame you, you know, like, I'll take care of it, though. I'll take ownership of that problem. That's fine. Build the foundation at the current level, bridging the gap. Then you can build the steel bridge. Oh. Will that work? That look like spit to you? Yeah. Ah, frick it. Whatever. I'm not worried, man. I don't know if a steel bridge is going to look good here. Barrels, I got a degree in game development that I definitely used lots of times since graduating, like multiple times. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, no, yeah, you're preaching to the choir here, bud. I mean, granted, a lot of 3D CAD skills and experience there translated over to KSP for me, so, there's that. Well, let's experiment here. We have a huge gap. This is going to be a big bridge that we're going to have to mess with here. Let's see if building the steel bridge on that, let's see if it understands that. Because it looks like the models for the steel supports are high enough, but that part is going to be really, 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 really high up in the air. I'm not sure I want to... Yeah, this is just a really difficult segment of track. The rails are really high up here because the terrain just goes down. It falls off real quick. In fact, the track's probably going over there, and carving out the ledge probably would have been a better way to do this, but it's okay. Alright, we gotta go down one grade, right?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Yeah, this seems to be working. Yep. All right. Yeah, sure. Let's make the bridges first, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with the foundations and stuff, guys. I was thinking about big footings on either side, and maybe tall groundwork supports in certain areas, but we'll figure it out. Your face seems to be working good. Yeah, Elias, I think the bridge is crooked. The bridge... This is fine.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
It happens sometimes, guys. It happens. It's no problem. The way to do this would be to get rid of the groundwork. Ah! All right. Get rid of the groundwork here. Embrace the jank. Man, hell nah. There's no damn jank up in here. Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here. deal with people like you every day. Every freaking day. Woo! Let's go to Vegas because it'd be really fun. Let's steal a cop car. Think you're gonna get away with it? Not up in here. Not up in here! Anyway. Looks like the track went a little bit sideways there. The guide track on this side. That's probably why the bridge came out crooked. It's alright. We can make it do. Winning! Bio! What's up, buddy? How goes the trains? Dude. We're training up a storm right now. I forgot to do the grades, damn it. Ugh! Why? 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 Chat, why? Why you let me do that? Papa, why you gotta go make me feel bad? While you were exploring SkyTim, EJ was training. Red! Why you gotta make me feel bad? I got a good brain. I say you got a fine brain, Jack. Word. Oh, Lord, just got here wearing Simple Jack. You are Simple Jack. Oh, Pa. Oh, Pa, why you gotta make me feel bad? You never go full crazy, man. I go full crazy, man. Take Forrest Gump. Never went full crazy. Not crazy about a war hero, man. I did it again. 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 Hey, I'm EJ, and I just like making more work for myself. Ugh! Ugh! Pa, why gotta make me feel bad? Down 1% grade. Thank you. Yes! EJ, where's your OSHA safety harness? It's 1885. There's no OSHA. Have you tried just not getting hurt? Jeez. Ugh, that track ain't right, boy, I tell you what. Yeah, there's no OSHA. There's no fall damage. Amateurs. Oh, of course. Carry on. Why would you want to eat people? Bio, that's weird. I'm not trying to be like that guy, but eating people is strange. I'm pretty sure that's frowned upon. That sounds like something a rich person would do. What the frick, man? OSHA. What tribe is that? Ah. Nice. Ah! I don't know, are you? I think Elon does not eat people. I think he eats science. Like, I think he takes scientific papers and just... and he absorbs it through osmosis or something. It's how he learns. Yeah, he just takes a scientific paper. Just... EJ, having these iron rails doesn't make much sense because the iron mine isn't producing. You don't know that. You can't see it, so you don't know it's not producing. SMH my head. Alright, we just get rid of the groundwork here. Man, that's a big bridge. Dang, bridge, you thick bridge. That's a thick bridge. Damn. Okay, I have the guide track over there. So we can get rid of this. And I thought with the wooden bridge, building groundwork like this could be fine. But yeah, building the groundwork first seems to be the way to do it. And then you can make a much taller bridge. But also, that bridge is super jank. But it's okay. Oh. Just don't think about it too much and it'll be fine. Yeah. Instead of staying in the cut like this, I'm gonna get it up against the cliff edge right there. Yeah, because that wall slowly goes down. So hugging up here should be the right move. Hey, phone sister. Grade. Ugh. How's your weekend? Yeah, it's alright, bud. It's okay. It was educational. Did you see Elon Musk joins the Twitter board? What's Twitter? I saw it, Bandit, yeah. Are there any updates on the house? Would I be saying I had an okay weekend if there was? No, we didn't get it. It's alright, man. It's totally cool. I am not upset. Nice, RJ. There you go. Hey. Hence that it is what it is. -1. There we go. Back to house hunting again. Yep. It's... Yeah. Guys, if you're like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I don't care. It's not a big deal. Like, I'm really not... like, pissed. It's no problem. Yeah, RJ. Yeah, dude. Lem is crazy, man. I can't believe we busted that out, you know, in the 60s in real life, and they got it right on the first try. It's pretty damn impressive, dude, if you ask me. Did you see this thing that Rhode Island is banning love letters to the houses people see? Basically trying to make a sob story that I sent the owner a letter. Jensen. I sent him a letter. But I wasn't like, I didn't ask, like, oh my gosh, we need this house, we need this house. I didn't do that. What I said was what I want to do. What I want to do with the house, you know? I said what I wanted to do. Yeah, RJ. It was the valve on the launcher, though, Dish. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too upset. I know the tracks aren't centered. I'm working on it. I don't need a sob story. I'm not a sob story. You know, I said, hey, look, I know you like this house. I know you like this house, and I know you're selling it not because you want to, because you kind of have to, because circumstances change. And like, I literally said it, like we said, I'm not looking for a handout. I ain't looking for a handout. What I'm looking to do is keep it going. You put that. I mean, the guy put a lot of work into the house. And he has to move, right? So I shot him a letter and I'm like, look, I'm gonna continue the work. So the house will, like all that work that you didn't do isn't gonna get taken for granted, you know? That's the stuff I said. Yeah, we said stuff like that. I don't care, Hip. They're good for you. Yeah! Nice Dish. Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I'm not writing a sob story. I'd rather not get the house, to be honest with you, than than get it because of a sob story. I gotta take a time out there. Okay. Sorry about that. I try not to swear during the day. No, B-Money didn't get it. $1 in the jar. Ka-chink. Yep. There we go. That looks real good. We should switch it. Now that I'm looking at it, though, I should switch to foundation, like right here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So we're going to get rid of here, there, and there. Where was the house? Like out by you now? It was near me. Yeah. Yeah, I answered it was near me. Now we're going to have to make the tracks backwards. Hold on. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah, I don't want to say because they're putting the house to market and I don't want people to go and, you know, be dicks about it. Yeah, I'll tell you in a text, man. How's the track laying going? It's going all right, man. Score. Look out by you, lots of houses for sale. I'm peeping around all over the place, dude. Yeah, I ain't worried, man. We'll find something. Dude, that was the first offer I ever put in. I wasn't expecting anything, man. Like, just for everybody else, too. Like, was not expecting much. If it's one thing that I have learned, though, is that I need to make more money. We gotta make more money. I mean, when is that not the case, though? Have you tried just making more money, Fivehead? No, that's why I'm like, you know, let's... Like, I'm looking to, like, see, like, you know, I'm trying to come up with ideas that I would want to make, like, a game for. Because, like, we have enough talent here that we could make a game. And if we make a good game, you know, that could take off. And that's another revenue stream. Oh, sister! Money. Nah. Primo can get a side gig. It would be more like me getting a side gig. Brimo's job makes, yeah, tech companies, man. What do you want? Hey, thanks for all the subs, guys. When I say I wanted more money, that's not what I mean. I'm not begging for cash. I want to earn it. So, yeah, probably shouldn't say that. So, I'm laying in these X's so we can make the dual track. That's what I'm trying to do.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Oh, jeez. So, OnlyFans one. No. Only Vans. Only Vans. Thanks for the bits, guys, but you please, yeah, no, I gotta, you know what, man, it's, you know, I get it, it's a house and everything, and that should be taken seriously, but honestly, if you look at real estate like a video game, it gets way easier to understand it. It's all it is, it's just a game. It's just a little mini game in the game of life. I actually kind of enjoy it, it's kind of fun. Kind of fun house hunting, you know. Fun. It's like, dude, I had an epiphany, and that epiphany is that, you know, looking for houses is like looking for cars. It's like going on Craigslist, or well, who uses Craigslist anymore? Going on like Facebook Marketplace and finding vehicles. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You just got to know what to look for. And after touring a couple of houses, you know, I'm not saying I'm an expert by any means, but I know what to look for. That, you know, like, I'm not an idiot, you know, like. You know, we'll find something. I've concluded I won't ever live in a house. Well, with that attitude, yeah, absolutely you won't. Yeah, I like it, Metroid. It's... You know what? I like the difficulty. I'm not gonna lie, and I know this is like probably a super unpopular opinion with people. I like the difficulty. It's fun. It keeps things interesting. You know, if getting a house was easy, it wouldn't be that big of a move. You know, I enjoy it. I really do. I can say that like in utmost honesty. Like, I'm not like. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like bummed out that we didn't get an offer, like that they didn't accept the offer. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like that isn't annoying, but you know what? It's all right. It's okay. It's just a game. That's all right. I enjoy it. I like the difficulty. It's fun. I don't know if that's me being just strange. Probably is. But it's the chase and stuff is actually really, really fun. It's a really good time. Yeah, I enjoy the hell out of it, dude. Thanks, Skydrift. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, Yep, you're strange. I like it. I like it. It's fun. I'll admit it. Dude, I feel you got my house in December and it sucked, but it was a fun new challenge. That's exactly how I feel about starting my business. I mean, Dread, that's just the mentality that I took when I started streaming. It's fun. This is a good time. Like, it's not... It's a challenge, man. You know, building your own business like that, that's not easy. I'm going to try to build this in the exact same workflow that I did before. Build the bridge, right? And get the track to be perfectly straight up until 1, 2, 3. And then we go groundwork, variable. Do you still want the house or did they sell it to someone else? Well, the house wasn't on the market, Shy. It wasn't on the market, bud. So, they decided that they wanted to put it to market, which is fine. They're probably going to get more money that way. And yeah, that's, you know, it is what it is, dude. I'm not upset. Just another challenge, man.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Yeah, Patos, you can just become Bob Lee Swagger, though. I never met the man. No, SC, it's not. The guy's circumstances changed.
Go and throttle up.
Doom, no. Doom, not you. Don't do that again. You need to buy your own house, bro. Not you. No. I will refund you that cash. Non-negotiable. But yeah, guys, it's fun. I enjoy it. I really do. The chase and the challenge of it, like, dude, I might want to flip houses after this. I like stressful situations. I'm not, dude, that's not normal. That's not normal at all. I like the stress. I really do. It's fun. It's fun and it's interesting. Like, yeah, it's so stupid. Like, that sounds so terrible. Like, and I know that's not what people want to hear. Like, people want to hear, like, oh, woe is me. Like, it's so difficult. It's so hard. I don't do that crap. No, I like this. This is enjoyable. It's fun, dude. Like, yeah, no, I see why people like doing this stuff. You know, house flipping and doing financial stuff. It's fun and it's a challenge. And it never gets old. It's always something different. It's like streaming. It's a good time.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
It's like the opposite of an adrenaline junkie. Yeah, I don't know. Like, adrenaline junkie, dude, I am one of those. Yeah, no, I was always the guy to build the bigger jump and try to take your bike off a bigger sweet jump, you know? You ever take it off any sweet jumps? The tree pushed me off the edge. Call OSHA. Oh, wait, no, OSHA doesn't exist. OSHA doesn't exist out here. We must survive on our own. You know, I like it. It's a good time. Call me strange. Yeah, can't have that. Yeah, gotta dug into the wall there. If OSHA isn't a thing yet, you don't need all these perfectly safe rail guides. You're a rail guide. Got him. Alright, I'm gonna save my work here. Yeah, Owens, I've worked in a restaurant, dude. I get it. It is fun. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one, dude. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's very strange. I like the chase. It's fun. It's like hunting. Just gotta be patient. You should have seen... Oh, man. Dude, I had the most gnarly Tarkov match yesterday. I really wish I was streaming. I really wish I had it on video. My shots were on frigging point, dude. So I was on woods in Tarkov, right? And I had to... what did I have to do? I had a challenge... Not a challenge. I had 2 objectives. The first objective was to kill 5 scavs with no armor on. 5 scavs, no armor. Which was really frigging fun. Yeah, trying to go around woods, no body armor, you're gonna get sniped, right? And the second challenge was getting to one of the bunkers to put down like Iskra rations and stuff. So I had this gnarly match where I killed like... Oh, hell. I don't even know. I don't even know how many scavs I killed. Dude, that match was so crazy. I killed like 20 scavs or something with the Mosin, guys. With the Mosin. And a player. It was a player scav, but whatever. Do you know what a lease option agreement is? No, I don't recall. It was nuts, dude. Nuts match. Like I said, I wish I'd streamed it. It was so crazy. I just wiped my standard account and started over with a no flea market run. You're crazy. Oh, rent to own. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, we don't need to do that, Shy. Yeah, I ran around with a Mosin, dude. I was at the UASC camp on woods in the south part of the map. Oh, man. And I just ran in there and, like, I ran around the corner, right? And, dude, when you know you're on in shooters, you know you're on. I ran around the corner and popped a scav right in the face. Like, it was point blank Mosin in your mouth. Like, good night. It was pretty gnarly, right? And... like, I knew my shots were good. Like, I knew I was shooting true. So I freaking I ran in. I was just like, all right, we're good. I just ran in and just domed like 20 scavs. It was nuts, man. I had so much stuff. I got so much inventory from that, which is really funny. I thought it was funny. Has anybody been working on Minecraft in the last 20 minutes? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I know we were shooting true, so I was just like, yep. We're good. Alright, let's get the bridge tool out again. I'm probably not gonna make this out of bridges, but actually, you know what? The groundwork tool should be good. Let's just do constant, right? Nope. There we go. Make sure we're set down. And we'll make this part look like a terrain fill. Yeah, dude, it was such a good match. I played like, I don't know how many scav rounds I played last night, but, or how many rounds I played in general. I only died once. Like, I was freaking on, man. My shots were true. I killed a player. Like, I probably killed cumulatively like 40 scavs last night. My KD is 2.2 on my character or something. Yeah, RJ, I don't know. The numbers for Tarkov aren't the best, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. People really don't like it. It's probably because it's not really on brand for me, you know? EJ's gonna get domed by dudes with gaming chairs on labs. Nah, my Mosin is good. The last match that I played, I actually died. I think there was one woods round where I got killed. I had an SV98 and I missed. I missed the shot wide right. And then I went to... What was the thing that I went to after that? What was the... It's the one with the bunker. Because I had a mission to go to the bunker. And I ran into the bunker with a Mosin. I missed. Yeah. Let's just say that I missed and we'll call it a day. Yeah, you know, and that's why I really only play it once a week. It doesn't really get me the best views, man. And don't get me wrong, I usually, like, views aren't everything, man. Sometimes it's fun to just relax and play a game like that, you know? I missed this guy in, I forget what the name of the damn map is. But I missed his head by maybe like an inch. Like less than an inch. Nope. Nope, don't do that this way. But man, yeah, I was on. Hopefully, like, it'd be nice maybe to have that tonight when we play. You know, that'd be good. Mosin in labs is generally... I like using the Mosin, man. I'll be honest. I like using it, and it's kind of a fun challenge. I'm positive that I could just use a regular gun and kill a bunch of people. I want to go for the single shot headshot. And you know, I know what people are going to say. Ah, here he goes again. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like doing stuff like that, guys. It's fun. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Let me just make sure we're on the right track here. Ha! Train jokes. Yeah, both of the tracks kind of go down a little ways there. Just got back from fishing, no bites though. Oh, that bites. We're up here in the mountains getting our iron mine line. Iron mine line. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that should... Huh. There we go. Hey, Element. What's up, dude? I really can't wait to get a train on this thing. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, house hunting stuff, dudes, I enjoy the hell out of it. Yeah, didn't think I would. I thought because everyone was like, oh, it's so stressful and everything. I'm like, Yeah, Eon, we did good here. Chat's helping me engineer it, though, you know. I just insisted that it needs to be a 1% grade because I'm weird and like making things more difficult because I'm weird. No one's debating that? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I use the cross sections. I know people are coming in and somebody's watching the stream going, what the frick are you doing? I use the cross sections to get perfectly parallel tracks. I know someone's watching. You're watching your TV and going, what the frick? What the hell's that about? What are you doing? And I know the next question. Why are you making double rails? Because I freaking can! Stop judging me. I know, I make a double rail. Stop shaming me. What? Why 1%? Because I can. My railroad would go bankrupt? Oh yeah, compared to all the other railroads around here. Yeah, of course it would. You ever gonna use the double rail line? It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Indeed, Shy. That saying doesn't apply to everything. Yeah. What doesn't it apply to, Engelberg? Nothing exceeds like excess. You should know that, chat. Is this the part where I ask a question that, like, oh, it's better to have it not needed. Name a case of that, and chat says something stupid like, oh, tubas, you don't need a tuba. Somebody's, look, I'm already guessing somebody typed something stupid in Quippy, like a Reddit post in chat. Ready? Yep. 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 What's Dizes? I don't know what that means. Presses backspace key multiple times. I seriously don't know what that means, Flankin. I don't know what the original thing you were supposed to type was. Diseases. Better to have it and not need it than need it than and not have it. How the hell does that logic apply to diseases? What? Are you drunk? Can you automate the trains at all? The game takes place in 1883. I'm gonna go with a hard no there, cowboy. Thanks. I was like, the game takes place in 1883, so I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Probably not. Savage Red. Found the streamer. It's all good, Mercs. Don't worry about it. All good, my guy. Word. Yeah, chat that. Yeah, okay. We don't need to. That comp. All right. More work done. Some of the groundwork didn't come in exactly how I wanted it, but it's okay. That's a big brick wall. How be the railroads? I was on a train for 2 hours today for a work trip. Just looked at the infrastructure as you trundled along. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's coming along well. Very, very well, thank you. I don't know this game. Do you have to make all the stuff or are you using it? Right now, non-consumable. You're kind of in a sandbox mode when it comes to building track, but if you want to buy more rails and railroads and cars right now, then it's then you have to build rail lines to move that stuff around. So like I have to build out this line, and once the line's good, I can run commodities on the line, right? We can move iron on the iron line, right? And when we do, we can make money, and then we can use that to buy better locomotives. It's pretty cool, Red. My only beef with Railroads Online right now is that the track making stuff sucks. It's terrible, but it's terrible in like a minimum viable product way, meaning that because the game is early access, it's getting fixed. It's literally getting fixed in the next update. They're adopting a spline system that's similar to building roads and city skylines. So, yeah, we're not going to have these crappy rail building tools forever. And if this game just had a little bit better railroad building tools, it would be really good. You know, I'm not going to give a game a pass. Like, I'm not going to pass and be like, nah, I'm not going to play this game. It sucks. I'm not going to do that just because the controls are a little clunky right now. Kerbal had clunky controls when we started playing that. So, yeah. I'm kind of showing off like what you could do, like the potential here with, you know, without splines, but I'm kind of fudging it in a way that would make it like this is how it would look if you had splines. Yeah, you could make railways like this. I understand the clunky controls, dude. It's not that big of a deal. When are we flying again? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to redo this groundwork here to match the groundwork on the right. It'll look a little bit better that way. Dude, what is this? Something. I don't know. Not a real train head, but watching it's tempting you. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun game. Look at this. Look at this notch train that we're building. This is sick, dude. What a visual that is, huh? Save that. It's a movie prop for Top Gun 2. Yeah. Probably. Can you crash trains into each other? Yeah, there's no collisions. Like, your train won't crumple like BeamNG style, but yeah, you can... Yeah, you can do that. Let's just say, yeah, you can make that happen. Alright, I'm gonna try this without... We're gonna try doing this without any guide track here. Oh, hang on 1 second. We should go off the outside rail because it's the outside radius. I'm stupid. Sorry. Forget this. You always have to, if you're doing parallels, at least with the workflow right now, you always have to do the outside track first. Then it's easier to make a parallel on the inline track. That may have been too much. Let's clear out some trees here. Screw you, nature. Yeah, it's too much of a corner. I really want to aim for, like, right here. Actually, pretty much right here. When are we doing space news this evening? In a little bit. Yeah, we're really trying to aim for, like, maybe right here. So we gotta stay with the cut for the most part. Earlier today, two C-130s flew at Ray House due to crosswinds. The wingtips got very close to each other, causing one of the planes to bank. Hard to avoid it. Yikes. I like planning off the hillside. Hey, there's the paperclip over there. You know what? I might keep that. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Is the bridge building the same concept as on solid ground? Kind of. Actually, I think we should do that, and then we should make it curve back and then go straight over there, and then we're going to have to go around that ledge right there. That's going to be a pain. It's going to be a pain to get that right. Or we could make it go straight right here. The two tracks are not the same height like the last cross. That's just placing... Sometimes placing the X's out in the open air does that, drummer. They're at the same height. I'm using those as guides, remember? Pretty much, drummer, yeah. I'm thinking, guys, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna remake the bridge. And I'll see if we can pilot out more track. The track doesn't bank from what I can tell. Drummer, but I'm not sure. So, steel trestle bridge. Yeah, 5, 10, 10, 5 seems to be right. We gotta grade it though. I forgot to grade again. Yep, it should be at 1. Yep. Five. 10, 10, 5, and then 'Ignore the jank, it happens. If I can get up there, I can fix it. Come on, game. this right here, see what's happening? This not being able to get up like a tiny little hill like that is one of the most infuriating things in all of video gaming. Oh boy, I'll be danged, I can't get up this shallow freaking hill. That's infuriating, man. How's the track building going, Ishiku? It's going just fine. Like, I'll be damned if I can't just put my hands up there and grab something and walk up this freaking ledge. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Because I can only use my feet, right? Like, pfft. To be fair, that kind of rock ledge is hard to get up. It's literally 5 feet. It's 5 feet. It's not hard to get up. That's good. At least you don't break your ankle randomly. Yeah, right. Can you build rail or land items to let you ramp up it? Yeah, you can. Okay, gotta stretch the back. All right, let's do this. So we don't want to snap to this or else it's gonna break it. That was just to find the parallel. So snap to there. Bingo. What does the grade actually represent? It's how many feet per 100 feet, someone. So 1% grade is 1 foot every 100 feet. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. Yeah. Trains aren't that complicated, man. What a lovely game. Yeah, Nick, this game's fun. I enjoy it. Are they planning on adding more maps? Yes. Yep, they want to do that. They use Killafeet. It's true. Now we got to make the inside track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these X segments down, right? And I'm going to use these X segments to, because you can lock to the edges of them. I'm going to use them to basically make a grid so I can get the track parallel right. So we know the track on the inner radius will literally be a carbon copy. What's the verdict on 5M for GTA 5? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not thinking about it right now, to be honest with you. This is the original soundtrack. Yep, yep. Cool. Now we can get rid of this, get rid of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. All right, Buddy. Have a great stream. Thanks, buddy. Another section done. Grade, I see it. You can adjust the grade on the bridge even after you've built some of it, as long as you don't exit the tool. You can apply the grade retroactively. So, yeah, it's okay. It's okay.